Okay, Namaste. This is Mallikarjuna, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Mechanical Engineering, MIT, Mysore. In this semester, I will be handling the course Energy Engineering or the subject Energy Engineering, which is having a subject code of 17ME71 and credits 4. Along with me, we have two more faculties, Professor Chetana GD and Professor Panduranga BP. So we three guys are going to handle the energy engineering to you guys in this semester. In this session, I will be covering overview, syllabus and outcomes of the energy engineering. Before moving on to the contents, we have to know few of the terms first. First one is energy and then energy source. Let us talk with respect to the energy. Energy is nothing but the capacity to do the work. I mean capacity to perform the work. If you have the energy, the outcome is the work. That means energy will act as an input and work is nothing but the output. Both are interrelated to each other. If energy is there, its responsibility is to conduct the work. So that is how energy and work are interrelated. Next question which arises to us is from where we are going to get the energy? We are going to get the energy from the energy sources. Energy sources are nothing but the substances in which energy resides. Those substances are called as energy sources. As engineers, we need to harness the energy from those sources. Energy sources are classified into various categories on various factors. One such category is renewable energy sources and non-renewable energy sources. Renewable energy sources. These sources are continuously replenished or reproduced or continuously available in the nature. Example, very first thing is solar energy. Solar energy is the continuously available energy in the nature. And apart from solar energy, all other energies are byproducts of the solar energy, such as wind energy, wave energy, tidal energy, biomass energy. All those things will come under renewable energy sources. Second thing is non-renewable energy sources. Non-renewable in the sense these energy sources cannot be replenished or reproduced in the nature or by the nature within a short amount of time. It has to be reproduced by the nature itself, but the nature is going to take millions of years together to reproduce these energy sources. Example, fossil fuels. Under the fossil fuels, we have coal, petroleum products, gases, and even nuclear fuels. These energy sources will come under non-renewable energy sources category. So now in this course we are going to look into energy scenario of the world, energy scenario in the India, available energy sources to us and available techniques to harness the energy from these sources. So this is what is the main content or overview of this subject. So that is related to overview. The next category is syllabus. So according to the curriculum, we have 5 different modules. Very first module talks with respect to thermal energy conversion systems. Here we will be talking with respect to various fuels that are available in the conversion of thermal energy into useful energy form. In that we will be mainly concentrating on coal. If I look onto the coal, that will come under fossil fuel category. Next thing is how coal can be handled, how coals can be burnt. Next thing is with the help of the coal, we need to generate the steam. Steam is working as a fluid in the conversion of energy into the power, especially in this category. So next thing is boilers. Boilers are nothing but the steam generators. With the help of the coal, we are going to generate the steam which will be working as a working fluid. Next thing, to this boilers, auxiliary devices will be there, such as superheaters, heaters, reheaters, desuperheaters, air preheaters. All those things are auxiliary devices to the boilers in order to look into the proper functioning of the boiler. So here with the help of the coal as a fuel, with the help of the steam as a working substance, we will be converting the available energy into the useful work, thereby the work will be, mechanical work will be converted into electricity. So that is what we will be looking in module 1. In the module 2, we have two different parts. First one is a diesel engine power system. As the name itself is saying, we will be concentrating on the fuel which is nothing but diesel. Diesel also comes under the category of fossil fuels. So with the help of the diesel engine, we will be looking into the production of electricity. So in this category, we will be looking on to the layout of the power plant and then auxiliary systems which supports the diesel engine power plant, especially cooling, lubrication, etc. Next thing is a hydroelectric system. As the name itself is saying, hydro in the sense I will be looking on water power, electric system in the sense with the help of the water power I will be getting the electricity. So in short, this is combined as hydel power plant, hyd water, electricity. So hydel power plants. Here also I will be looking on to the layout of the power plant and various devices which will be helping to convert the water power into electricity, as well as we have various graphs over here in order to look into the availability of water throughout the year. So that is what is there in the hydroelectric system. These two parts comprises of module 2. Module 3, in the module 3 I will be looking on to the solar energy. Solar energy is nothing but the sun energy. In the content we have harnessing devices, in the sense solar energy is available widely in the nature. We cannot concentrate the solar energy into the single point. So we need to look into the devices in which solar energy can be harnessed up to a maximum extent. Such devices are flat plate collectors, photovoltaic cells, solar ponds, solar refrigeration system, various other devices are there with which we can harness the solar energy up to maximum extent. So all those devices will be studied under module 3. In the module 4, again we have two different categories. One is wind energy and the other one is tidal and wave energy. In the wind energy, initially if you want to extract the energy from the wind, we have to go for the survey where the wind is continuously available, what is the variation in the wind velocity, all those things should be taken into consideration, and then we can mount various devices at that location to extract the wind energy. Such devices can be called as windmills or wind rotors or wind turbines. In these devices, there are various categories, various types actually. With respect to the axis of the windmill, we have two different categories. One is a horizontal axis wind turbine, another one is a vertical axis wind turbine. And applications of those, advantages and disadvantages of those windmills will be studied under wind energy. Next category is tidal and wave energy. Tidal in the sense the energy carried by the tides. Usually we have heard in case of Hunnime or Amavasa, we have huge tides in the oceans. That huge tides will be utilized to extract the energy. So under the tidal energy, we have harnessing devices. How to harness the energy from the tides, those particular machines or devices will be studied under tidal energy systems. And wave energy. Wave is nothing but the continuous interaction of the wind on the surface of the water of the ocean. That is continuously creating the wave. That wave is also carrying certain amount of energy. So in this category, we are going to look into various devices with which we can harness the wave energy and applications of these devices, advantages and disadvantages. That is nothing but module 4. In the module 5, we have again two categories, biomass energy systems and green energy. Here biomass in the sense, if I split biomass into two words, we have bio and mass. Bio in the sense living organisms, mass in the sense the products of living organisms. Any living organism mass or product can be used to extract the energy. That is what is biomass energy system. So again here also we are trying to harness the energy from the products of the living organisms. In the content again we have ways of harnessing the energy. We have two main categories in harnessing. First one is anaerobic digestion, second one is gasification. In case of anaerobic digestion, we need to make use of the digesters. In case of gasification, you need to make use of the gasifiers. Different types will be there. We will be looking onto those types in biomass energy systems. And the last part is green energy systems, wherein green energy is the one which is not going to affect the environment. Under this, we have a zero energy concept also, and other energy sources with which we can harness the energy. So, this is what is the syllabus as per the university. Now, if we clearly look onto the syllabus, in the module 1 we have coal based power plant. In the module 2 we have diesel. Coal and diesel will come under non-renewable energy source, I mean fossil fuels. Rest of the things, if you clearly observe, hydel, solar, wind, tidal, biomass, green energy, all these things are related to renewable energy sources. In the sense, these energy sources are continuously available in the nature. That means the importance of the syllabus is given in harnessing the energy from the renewable energy sources, because non-renewable energy sources are continuously getting depleted in the nature. It is going away, it is going out of our hands day by day, minute by minute, second by second. So, as engineers, we need to look on various techniques that are available in harnessing the energy from non-renewable energy sources, renewable energy sources. So, that is what is the importance with which the syllabus has been framed. So, this is what is the syllabus to you. If you come to the examination pattern, again each module will be consisting of 2 questions. You need to answer one full question from one module, so that you will get 100 out of 5 modules, 20 each. So, this is how what is the examination pattern and then syllabus. My next content is outcomes. Outcomes in the sense, at the end of the day, I mean upon completion of the syllabus, what the student will be able to produce or reproduce. That is what is called as the outcome. We 3 faculties have decided the course outcomes. So, course outcomes are like this. Very first course outcome is describing. The student or the kid will be able to describe working principle of various devices of non-conventional energy resources as well as conventional energy resource harnessing techniques, writing the layout, how the plant look like, and looking onto the working principle of various devices. Second one, CO2, he should be able to understand how the things are happening in a power plant, whether it may be the coal power plant, whether it may be the hydel power plant, whether it may be the nuclear, wind, etc., etc. You should be able to understand the things what is happening in the power plant. CO3 he should be able to calculate the amount of power which is available when it comes to particularly in case of windmills. What is the amount of power which is available at the wind turbine, what is the amount of velocity or velocity variation in the field in which wind turbines are mounted. CO4 is you should be able to compute or calculate the amount of, the height of the chimney to produce the given draft. Especially chimney comes into the picture only in case of coal power plants, because this is the solid fuel. We need to burn this. Upon burning, we are going to get gas as the byproduct. That gas needs to be eliminated to the atmosphere, where the chimney comes into picture. So, he should be able to compute the height of the chimney for the given draft. So, that is what is the CO4, and CO5 is analyzing, especially analyzing the various graphs such as hydrographs, flow duration curves. These 2 graphs comes under hydroelectric systems. Hydrographs and flow duration curve talks with respect to the amount of water which is available in the given time. So, he should be able to analyze the water which is available throughout the year. So, these are the 5 different outcomes that a student should be able to produce at the end of the session. So, this is what is for today's session, and in the next session I will be talking with respect to the one of the module. So, namaste.